Driving a straight truck for a living is one of the toughest jobs around. Congested roads, narrow alleys, and difficult loading areas are bad enough. But when the weather turns ugly, your job gets a whole lot tougher.
Not only maintaining your truck and being safe with your truck, you have to watch out for everyone else that's out there, and they create a havoc or situations that are unsafe just by themselves being out there.
It's a great day to be out driving. The weather's fine, but how long will that last? Just wait a couple hours or a couple minutes, and you could be facing some real trouble on the road.
Rain is probably the most common adverse weather condition you face. It can impact visibility and your ability to control your truck. When hard, heavy rain hits, visibility can be gone in seconds. Your ability to scan for hazards is instantly diminished. You can't see far enough ahead to safely avoid an accident. In hard rain, you have to slow down. Be sure to increase your following distance immediately. Not only does the rain itself limit visibility, but spray from other vehicles can also make it very tough to see. Slowing down and having a good set of wipers are critical to your safety.
A good pre-trip inspection can make a lot of difference. You have to check the condition of your wipers every time to make sure they're in good shape when you need them. Don't forget to check your lights, too.
I can recall one time, I'm leaving downtown at 3 o'clock. I didn't get back in here till 8 because of the ice storm. But luckily, I had a tank of gas and everything else was working fine prior to me leaving that morning. So basically, I didn't have anything to worry about other than the cars in front of me.
Rain creates some immediate dangers. Why? Because to begin with, every road has a layer of oil in its surface.
When rain begins to cover the roadway, the oil rises and sets on top of the collecting water. The first thing your tires touch is oil, and oil leads to very poor traction. This situation is at its worst during the first few minutes of rain. Slowing down is the best way to keep or regain the traction you need. Another hazard caused by heavy rain lies in the fact that other drivers may not know how to deal with it. Many times other drivers will pull over when driving becomes difficult, but often, without realizing it, they stop short of being all the way off the road. If you haven't slowed down and a parked or stalled vehicle suddenly appears in front of you, you can find yourself in a very dangerous situation. To drive defensively in the rain, you need to increase your following distance, slow down, and pay attention. When water starts to collect into larger pools on the road, your brakes can be at risk. Shift into a lower gear. Don't hit the brakes hard, just apply gentle pressure. This will keep moisture or mud from getting into the brakes and reducing their effectiveness. Remember that standing water can cause your truck to hydroplane. In the right conditions, you could find yourself floating on water, not driving, but taken for a ride.
Just the erratic driving of people and the rain, it's really intense. I can't compare it to the truck losing control in snow, but the traffic situations here with rain are really hazardous.
As the weather gets colder, your job doesn't get any easier, as black ice and snow become a threat to you.
Black ice creates a dangerous situation. As the temperature drops, water on the road can freeze, particularly on overpasses, bridges, curves, and in low-lying areas. Black ice is tough to see, particularly at dusk or dawn, but it can cause you to lose control in a second. When the temperature starts to drop, pay close attention to spray coming off the tires of vehicles in front of you. When that spray disappears, you may be in the middle of some very dangerous black ice. Keep in mind, however, that there will sometimes be spray from water sitting on top of the ice. Another trick is to check your mirror with your fingertips. When you can feel ice forming on its back or edges, ice is forming on the road too.
You never know when you're going to run into an icy patch of road or a snowy patch of road that's going to cause you to go out of control. And maintaining a proper speed will allow you to handle your truck in a proper way if something does occur like that.
As the temperature nears freezing, snow and ice are sure to follow. Winter driving has its own special difficulties. As a professional, you have to be ready for them.
As with rain, with snow comes lower visibility and less traction. Just like most other adverse situations, there is a critical first step: slow down. When snow is in the forecast, allow for extra time. Pre-trip inspections are always critical, but winter weather can make that inspection a lifesaver. Make sure your heater, defroster, and your wipers are in good condition. Check your tires. You'll need good tread depth to get good traction. You'll also need extra following distance in winter conditions. Your stopping distance can be as much as 10 times greater than on dry pavement. Use your low beams when snow impacts visibility. The bottom line, lower speeds and common sense are your best defenses against the assault of winter weather.
It's a very good idea to stay very focused on what is ahead of you at all times.
Fog can happen any time of year, and when it does, a serious accident can be just moments away.
Always have your lights on, not only for your own better visibility, but so that other drivers can see you too. Above all, slow down. If you can only see 2 car lengths ahead, a safe speed is, at best, just 10 miles per hour. Fog requires a greater following distance and lower speeds. There may be times that fog will force you to stop. When you do, make sure you get all the way off the road and use your 4-way flashers so that other motorists can see you. Multiple rear-end collisions in fog are some of the deadliest accidents. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. If fog is thick, it may even help to use your 4-ways while driving.
And then there's wind. Windy conditions alone can put your truck at risk. To make it worse, winds often arrive accompanied by rain or snow.
Wind can put tremendous pressure on the side of your vehicle. When it kicks into high gear, the danger to you is even greater. When wind crosses the road, the side of your vehicle can act like a sail, making it difficult to stay in your lane. Avoid driving side by side with other vehicles. The last thing you need is to get blown into another truck in the lane next to you. Side clearance is essential in windy conditions.
Adverse weather conditions are a fact of life, and your best defense against whatever they offer up is so simple. Slow down.
Rain and snow can affect your visibility and your traction. Always do a thorough pre-trip inspection. Check that your wipers, lights, tires, defroster, and heater are in good working condition. When it's tough to see, it's essential that you maintain a greater following distance. You have to drop your speed. Remember that traction is reduced on a rain-covered road due to oil rising to the surface, and standing pools or stretches of water can cause hydroplaning. Snow and ice can cut your safe stopping distance by up to 10 times. Fog requires slower speeds. If you have to stop your truck, get completely off the road and use your 4-way flashers. High winds can affect your ability to stay in your lane. Keep your speed down.
It's better to lose a few minutes than your load or your life.
It's a large vehicle. It takes time to stop and maneuver. And if you're not constantly aware of what's happening around you, injuries will happen.